Hey guys, welcome back to Diecast Reviews. So I'm doing a review on Masha Ellswrench, the Fiber Fuel crew chief from Cars 1, and a brand new release for 2025. Just one of the two brand new mainline releases for 2025, not including race and rescue stuff, of course. Now, talking about the elephant in the room right away, of course, the card art is completely inaccurate to the diecast itself. I mean, you can see it's a sedan, and here it's a pickup truck, the JW model. I mean, this is basically Mandy Freudenbender's card art, just with the Taco Mint decal swapped out for Fiber Fuel decals, and I think the paint job is a little different, but it's Mandy Freudenbender's card art. I'm not really sure how this got through quality control. I'm not sure how this was okayed. I'm not sure how this made it out onto the actual release. But I mean, that is terrible card art, right? I mean, come on. That's just inexcusable there, in my opinion. And I usually give a lot of props to Mattel for their card art. I think it's pretty good for most of the time. The card art I do enjoy, but not this time. This is a really bad card art, and she doesn't do the character itself justice. It's not right. Just the decals, I mean, they look really kind of poorly put on there as well. So I don't know, just really bad card art. Definitely not one to keep in the package, I guess, with that kind of card art. But yeah, here's the back of the box, or package rather. I mean, not really that interesting, right? Floyd Mulvey, Helen Claude, Scruggs, and Donna Pitts, Jonathan Wrenchworth, and Doc and McQueen there. Yeah. Cars 1 stuff that's been re-released a lot of times over the years. But yeah, she's also going to be released, I think, is currently being released, you can find her in stores, in a 2-pack with the Fairfield Biddy, Megan Shifter, which is pretty cool. Interestingly, you know, Mandy Freudenbender did not get released that way, and Mandy's quite rare now, because she only made it really to Australia, so she's quite rare now, and she never really made it to America. If she was in a 2-pack, she probably could have, but Masha, I guess they covered their bases here this year and put her out in a single and a 2-pack. You can get them both. I haven't actually seen her as a single in the store, but I have seen that 2-pack. But regardless, enough yapping. Let's get Masha Ellswrench here out of the package. So here's Masha out of the package. My apologies for that abrupt cut from the previous clip to this one. Technical difficulties right as I was opening the package. But yeah, here's Masha out of the package. She looks really nice, really cool crew chief. Yeah, let's get right into the review, I guess. Of course, taking a look at the expression. Nice expression, happy, not much to say. You know, there's some crew chiefs have kind of had more determined expressions, kind of the Snowstall crew chief is one that comes to mind who's got a more determined expression. She's got a happy expression here, so nothing wrong with that. Headlights there, nice grill. Of course, you got the Fiber Fuel logo, run regular. I do like the Fiber Fuel logo. I think it's pretty cool. The kind of wheat design. I would assume that's supposed to be wheat anyways. Yeah, pretty cool. I do like the Fiber Fuel logo. Of course, got a headset here, kind of a smallerish headset, but it makes sense for the smaller type of car. Go to the other side. I mean, you can barely see the other logo here with the headset over it, but there is the Fiber Fuel logo down there. I do like the rims as well. I think these are unique rims. I don't remember any other car having rims like these. They're kind of 4-spoke rims, but there's a little, I don't know, a little triangle thing above there. And obviously all white. Yeah, I don't remember other cars having rims like this. Pretty cool. A little black stripe there. Of course, got the kind of cheddar yellow color all throughout for the Fiber Fuel branding. Nothing on the roof or the trunk there. No license plate either, which is interesting. Well, it seems like a perfect place for a license plate right there. But yeah, taillights there. See, nothing too special. Take a look at the other Fiber Fuel logo. Kind of small. I feel like they could have elongated it or whatever. Made it a little bit bigger, of course. It seems very small. But yeah, there's the headset again. Taking a look at the base here. U07A, 7th week of 2025. Wonder what the 2-pack base code would be. I'm assuming, I mean, since they're being released around the same time, I'd assume they be produced around the same time. But yeah, I actually do really like that expression on Masha there. But yeah, I mean, not much obviously to write home about. It's a really nice release. I do really like it, but it is very obviously simple, as crew chiefs kind of tend to be. They just kind of have the main color and then the sponsor decals. But we will compare her here to some other releases of recent years that are a similar model. Ravni Grilliante here is one, but you can see he's much bigger. And Dana Crankoff, but both are much bigger. Here, we'll show that here she is compared to Ravni Grilliante, 2022 release, I believe. Similar model, but we'll show here the side view. You can see he's longer there, and just wider in general. Yeah, similar model, but he's quite a bit bigger. So pretty cool release. From Cars 2, of course. Really nice to get a Cars 2 character. But you can just see he's quite a bit bigger. And Dana Crankoff, also 2022. A Cars 3 character, of course. But she's also much bigger. Longer. And wider as well. But again, similar kind of sedan box type characters, right? Models. But yeah, much bigger. So I think Masha may actually be a unique model, because I believe Skip Richter, who I did not bring out, is quite a bit different, so I think she might be a unique model. But I do want to show her next to some crew chiefs. Certainly a unique model for crew chiefs. For the longest time, back in 2009, 2008, whatever, the two models that they used the most were this model. This is the RPM, no stall, leakless crew chiefs all have this model. It's just kind of, you know, just a regular kind of circular car sedan. Nothing special. Kind of an interesting model when you think about it, right? It's very curved, but it's also very kind of chunky. But regardless, this was the model they used for a long time. Sometimes they did rotated with a pickup model, kind of this type of model. Nitrate crew chief, Danico crew chief, Chick Hicks crew chief. I believe those are the three that all have this model. Dexter Hoover, obviously he's a flagman, but he has this model as well. But pretty cool model, just a standard pickup truck model. And one time, before Mandy Foreign-Bender, they did have, obviously this model used for the bumper save crew chief as well, and the Easy Idle crew chief was planned to be this model, but of course that set was canceled. But this was kind of a rarity. But this type of pickup model, I think is pretty cool. And also this model that they used just once for the Octane Gang crew chief, but I believe the Vitaline crew chief in the movie is this exact model. But yeah, these two were kind of one-off uses. And you know, he has not been re-released since Bumper Save and Mandy Foreign-Bender, Bumper Save crew chief have been. Obviously, Mandy's been released for the first time. Bumper Save crew chief has been re-released. But no other crew chief has this model. Aside from those two, but of course Masha is a unique model. She's the only crew chief to have this model, much I guess like the Octane Gang crew chief here with his, you know, kind of, what is this, an SUV type model. These two are unique castings for crew chiefs, which is pretty cool. I actually really do like the Octane Gang crew chief. Like I said, unique model, looks pretty cool. Of course Masha, I mean, this is interesting as well. This is the biggest crew chief model, and this is the smallest. And they're both one-offs, one-off releases, but one-off characters, I guess. But yeah, pretty cool. A unique model for a crew chief. Obviously not, you know, counting Doc Hudson or anything like that, but for Cars 1 stuff, yeah, Masha is a unique character. And of course, a unique casting, and of course, let's compare her to her crew. Of course, Megan Shifter is someone who she is released in a 2-pack with this year. Tire there, and tool cart. And of course, she is the crew chief for Brush Kerber, the Fiber Fuel Racer. Now, I don't know why the kind of orange doesn't match up, right? Brush is a very kind of yellow, lighter yellow, lighter orange, whatever, and Masha is more of a cheddar yellow. So is Megan. These two have the perfect color combination. He's a little bit different color. Not sure why that is, but yeah, they do look really nice. They got a nice Fiber Fuel team. Of course, I would like to put up a picture of her ship here in the movie, but it is important to note, in Cars 1, Mattel, there's 36 racers. Mattel only animated about 20 teams, and a lot of these teams, Fiber Fuel, Tacoment, Transberry Juice, they did not get animated in the movie. So these characters, obviously, you would assume are exist in the Cars universe. Brush Cooper has to have a crew chief and pit crew, but they didn't get animated, which is interesting that Mattel's deciding to release these guys who didn't get animated over crew chiefs and pit crews that have actually gotten animated. But yeah, so of course no picture for Masha, but obviously one that you would imagine did appear in the movie. Yeah, and I also, one thing I want to say is I'm pretty sure that the RPM crew chief had at one point some kind of promotional image or something that used Masha's model, which is interesting. If I find a picture, I'll put that up. But it was either a card back or something. Maybe he was even in the movie like that. But there's an RPM crew chief that had her model, and of course he's been released in kind of this model all his life. And even now the card art uses that model. But yeah, that's all I want to say about Masha. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you've found Masha Ellswrench in the stores, if you picked her up online, if you found the 2-pack with her. Let me know all that down in the comments below. And I really do like this release. I think it's better than Jonathan Gearson. I always like getting Piston Cup crew members, so no exception here. Really cool to get a unique kind of casting for a crew chief as well. And yeah, I think they did a fantastic job on her. So yeah, really do like this release. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.